What's good, YouTube? So I'm back with my Labrynth deck, the budget version of the Labrynth deck, so there is no butler, just the old school Labrynth cards. Again, this deck was made with the mindset to create it under $20 and kind of still do the typical Labrynth stuff without having to spend the $20 or $15, whatever butler is at nowadays. So again, this is the budget version. I'm hopefully going to show you the power of what this deck can do when it goes full gas. Obviously uninterrupted, no ashes in your opponent's hand. Ash is pretty much the only hand trap that really hurts this deck. That's why Labrynth is such a timeless deck, is because it relies so much on pretty much trap cards. Hand traps don't really do much to it. All of them will Charmies. We don't special summon too much, so we don't really give our opponent too many cards. If your opponent does want to shotgun a Molcharmy, I feel like that's best case scenario. You can just set 5 and pass. But let's just get straight into the combo. So for the infinite loop combo, we will need 2 blank cards. It can just be anything. I just have 2 trap cards right here. And then we have 2 of our furniture pieces. And then we either get Kukok or a way to get into Kukok, which is Ariana, the Labrynth servant. So with this hand, we're going to go ahead and normal summon our Ariana. She's going to go ahead and grab us our missing piece, our Labrynth Kukok, from the deck to our hand. From here, we can just go ahead, activate Kukok, sending it from our hand to the graveyard. So Kukok is now in the graveyard, and that means we can activate trap cards the turn they are set this turn. And plus, we just want it in the graveyard because of the recursion it gets, and it's going to be able to recycle itself, similar to all of our other furniture pieces. From here, we can go ahead and start activating our furniture pieces. We're going to activate Chandelier, sending our Stovey Torby from our hand to the graveyard. So we're sending both these cards to the graveyard. The Chandelier can then set our big Welcome Labrynth from the deck. So I'm gonna put it right here. I'm just gonna have it face up. That way you guys can know what's right here. And since we activated the furniture pieces, Kukok can then activate in the graveyard to special summon itself. So Kukok gets special summoned. Again, Big Welcome was set right here. From here, we can go ahead, activate Big Welcome Labrynth. That's gonna go ahead and special summon our lovely Labrynth of the Silver Castle. So she is our boss monster, 2900 attack, and she is the Hand Ripper. This is honestly one of my favorite reasons to play the deck. Hand ripping your opponent is one of the best feelings in Yu-Gi-Oh! So lovely, gets special summoned. We have Ariana on the field as well. And then Big Welcome has to bounce a card, so we're going to go ahead and bounce our Kukok back to our hand. This is going to go ahead and set off a chain reaction. So we're going to go ahead and chain our lovely first, chain link 1, then in the graveyard, we can go ahead chain link 2 Stovey, and the Chandelier as chain link 3. So we can go ahead, put the Chandelier back into our hand, and Stovey Torby can go ahead special summon itself. Then Lovely can go ahead hand rip your opponent, so then you know how 4 cards in their hand. That was hand rip 1, by the way. We are going to hopefully do it again on our opponent's turn. Then we can go ahead, activate Lovely, and then reset our Big Welcome Labrynth from the graveyard to our field. In case you don't know, you can target 1 normal trap in your graveyard, set it to your field, but it cannot be activated unless you control a fiend monster, which we do, and we most likely always will. So again, we started with 5 cards. We were able to put most of the cards back to our hand, special summon the Stovey Torby. We were able to use Big Welcome and then reset itself. Really great recursion with this deck. The whole purpose of this deck is to hopefully possibly grind out your opponent while also hand ripping them for resources or getting rid of their cards as well, popping them on the field. So as you remember earlier, we activated the Chandelier to set one of our trap cards by sending the Stovey Torby. Now we can go ahead, activate Stovey Torby from the field, sending itself to the graveyard, and we're gonna go ahead and discard the Chandelier with it. And that's gonna go ahead and set our Welcome Labrynth from the deck. So now we have Welcome Labrynth and Big Welcome Labrynth here. We still have 2 blanks in our hand plus Kukok. So we pretty much were able to establish our graveyard. We have 2 IKEA pieces in the graveyard, furniture pieces in the graveyard. We have both of these monsters on the field. We have 2, 1 of each Big Welcome and Welcome Labrynth set on the field. Kukok was back to our hand, and again, 2 blanks still in our hand. You can pass to our opponent, and if you just want to do the hand rip, or if you want to wait till your opponent sets something to see what they have, it really depends. It's up to you. But we're just going to go ahead and shotgun our Welcome Labrynth in the draw phase to go ahead and special summon our other big boss monster, Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle. She gets special summoned to the field. That was through Welcome Labrynth. Then we can go ahead, activate our big Welcome Labrynth, and then we can go ahead and chain our Lady Labrynth. Hopefully if they don't have Ash, obviously. If they have Ash, it ruins everything. So we can go ahead, activate Big Welcome Labrynth. Right away, we can chain our Lady to set another trap card from our deck. So that can be any trap card. I'll just have like Ice Dragon's Prison for now. Get set due to our Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle. And this can honestly set any card. So in case you don't know what that effect was, it states when a normal trap card is activated, remember it says when, not if, so it does have to be chained right away. So if they did Ash this, you wouldn't be able to chain this. So when a normal trap card is activated, quick effect, you can set 1 normal trap with a different name directly from your deck. So with Lady, we have the power to get any trap card we have in our deck. Again, I'm just using Ice Dragon's Prison. It's a very diverse one. If you wanted, you could also do one of the Floodgate ones, one of the virus cards, popping cards from your opponent. Typically, Dogmatic of Punishment might be another really good one. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. So we're going to set 1 trap because of our Lady Labrynth. So this is also where the deck can get toxic. So big welcome is going to go ahead special summon our Yugioh the Labrynth servant from our deck to the field. We can go ahead and put her in defense mode right there. And then that's going to go ahead and we're going to return our Lady Labrynth of the Silver Castle to our hand with big welcome Labrynth. So this is going to set off a huge, I think 6-7 card chain. I honestly forget. It can get pretty intimidating for your opponent. Usually if I'm going against this deck on Master Duel, and once they're up to chain 4, 5, 6, I definitely scoop at that point. Just because it's, again, very intimidating, the amount of stuff the deck can now do. So chain link 1, we can go ahead, activate Lovely. Chain link 2, Yugioh the Labrynth servant. Chain link 3, Ariana. Chain link 4 can be Stovey. Chain link 5 can be Chandelier. Then we can go ahead, activate chain link 6. We can toss our Labrynth Coup Clock from our hand to the graveyard. Then chain link 7 could be Lady Labrynth, who is now in her hand, to re-special summon herself. So she can go ahead, special summon herself. We can chain link 6. Labrynth Coup Clock can go ahead, send itself from the field to the graveyard. That way we can activate any trap the turn it was set. Chandelier 5 in the graveyard to come back to our hand. Gonna go ahead and pull this out a little bit because we're now utilizing our full field. So I'll have these cards up here as the graveyard. And then Stovey Torby is gonna go ahead and special summon itself. Then Chainlink 3, Ariana. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap card, except during the damage step, you can draw 1 card. Then you can apply this effect. From your hand, you can special summon a fiend monster or set 1 spell or trap. So she's gonna go ahead, she's gonna draw us a card. Doesn't really matter what it is, most likely gonna be a trap because we're a deck full of traps. And then Ariane, similar effect. If another monster leaves the field by your normal trap card, you can draw 1 card, then you can apply this effect from your hand, either special summon 1 fiend or set 1 trap. So she has a similar effect. She's gonna go ahead and draw us another card. So we got a pot of greed now. So we have 5 cards in our hand, 4 blanks pretty much, and then 1 Chandelier that we know of. You could have also set any of those cards this turn. And then since we sent Coup Clock from our hand to the graveyard, it can be activated this turn as well. So if we drew any traps, we can go ahead and set it off one of their effects and activate it the same turn as well. And then Chain Link 1, finally back to our lovely Labrynth of the Silver Castle. Go ahead and hand rip your opponent for a 2nd card. So they're down to 4 cards in their hand. We have a bunch of hopefully big power trap cards. And at this point, your opponent will probably scoop as Chain Link 8. So Lady special summons herself back to the field. She's back on the field. Chandelier's back to the hand. Stovey Torby special summoned itself. And then from here, we can just kind of do the same exact thing on our opponent's turn as well. Stovey can activate on the field, or if you want to do Chandelier, it doesn't really matter. We can do Stovey Torby, sending Chandelier. I can go ahead and set another Welcome Labrynth to our field. Sorry, graveyard is up here. And that would go ahead and trigger our Coup Clock to get added back to our hand. And remember, any trap can be activated this turn thanks to Coup Clock, just because we sent it to the graveyard earlier. So pretty crazy stuff. And this deck has tons of crazy lines like this. I feel like a lot of people aren't aware of. I feel like when people think of Labrynth, they think it's a very brain dead deck. You set 5 and pass. But as you see, the amount of chains and stuff, you have to manage your resources. All of this stuff you have to kind of keep in mind when it comes to what your graveyard is, what cards in your graveyard, what cards are chained, what cards are set off of other cards. Definitely not a brain dead deck. So this is basically an infinite loop combo, because barring the cards getting banished, you can keep this loop up and grind your opponent for the resources and hopefully outmanage your opponent. Because again, as you can see, this deck has tons of resources. They kind of just recur themselves over and over again. So that's why this deck is called the Infinite Loop Combo. So next time you hear someone at local saying Lab is just a brainless trap deck, show them this video and then give them a smack across the head for being so ignorant. But yeah, if you guys want to see more Labrynth stuff or more stun decks, more trap decks, if you guys want to see the alterations I made to this deck, I did change up some of the trap cards. As you can see, Ice Dragon's Prison is now in here. Let me know if you guys are interested in Labrynth content. I can definitely post more combos as well. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys in the next video.